every one of us starts learning from the very moment we're born. And every little snippet of knowledge that we accumulate becomes the power by which we think, by which we talk, and by which we act. And that knowledge accumulates as children through play. We take that knowledge into adulthood with the power to live independently. And we never, at any age, lose the opportunity to continue to learn and to continue to build our power. I grew up on a bush block, and in playing in the backyard, in the bush, we learned what to catch, what to pick, what to treat with a very healthy, distant respect. And it was a wonderful prize to catch a wolf spider or a huntsman and to let it prance gently and delicately up the arm until we finished. And that gave us power, because when I walked into my bedroom at night to see a wolf spider skittering across the ceiling, it was no trouble and no fear to take an ice cream container, a thin piece of card, trap the skittering spider, slide under the card, and gently take it and deposit this perfectly harmless specimen back out into the bush. We carry this knowledge and this power into adulthood. When I was about 20, on my return from a camping trip, I realised that I'd acquired a passenger. One evening, looking in my rear view mirror, some furry legs visible on the rear windscreen. Not a big problem. Over successive nights, the spider became bolder. It would be lurking on the other side of the windscreen, skulking across the side windows, prancing across the ceiling. Nothing to worry about. And then another night, again, driving perfectly calm, I changed gears and 8 little legs climbed onto my hand. I always had the power and the knowledge not to panic. I flicked the spider off my hand into my boyfriend's lap, who did not share my power, who shrieked, who cried out, who yelled, "Stop the car!" I had the power to say, "There's nothing wrong here, it's just a spider." The consequence of my choices, the way I exercised my power, meant that neither the spider nor the relationship survived. And as we come to become parents, isn't it a thrill to impart our knowledge into our children, to see them acquire the same power? When my son was in kindy, I had the thrill one morning before school of finding a freshly deceased wolf spider in the back garden. What better way could I spend the beginning of my day than to pick up this deceased creature, this fine specimen, to put it into an empty Chinese takeaway container and take it to the kindy class to share this knowledge with them. So we scooped up this beautiful fine specimen which filled the very corners of the Chinese takeaway container, popped a clear plastic lid on it and took it to kindy, where I profited to the kindy teacher, who recoiled in horror. How dare I bring something so filthy and disgusting into the classroom? Fortunately, the little boys were ready to embrace this knowledge, And we have a marvellous time looking at these big furry legs, this bulbous body, bulbous head, enormous great eyes. To flip the container over and look at the markings on the belly. A wonderful experience, except for the kindy teacher. So we take that learning onwards. And we never lose an opportunity to continue to learn. Some friends of mine who are highly respected scientists one day decided to clean out one of the garages. In going through the garage, they were sweeping away and saw some little furry legs in a corner. So they investigated and they discovered a live spider. And they went swept away, and then they realised this was a very unusual spider that none of them had ever seen before. And they were in the southwest, a biodiversity hotspot. Being highly respected scientists with very curious minds, they wanted to know what kind of spider was it? How could we get that knowledge? So they took a photograph, admittedly at some respectful distance. They found the details of an entomologist and emailed the entomologist a photograph and said, can you help us identify this? What kind of spider is this? We would love to know. And this entomologist was thrilled to respond back to them at short notice and said, I'm fascinated by what you have found. I've never seen a spider in Australia quite like this, and I would like you to help me identify it. What I would like you to do, if it's dead, turn the spider over for me, because I need to know what the markings are. So with some trepidation, my friends crept closer until they were sure it was dead. Definitely not moving. And they turned the spider over. And they looked closely at the markings. And those markings revealed that it was made in China. So, there are two lessons from that. Never stop learning. Be careful what you share. But everything that you accumulate gives you power.